Hello everyone, today we'll deal with section 133 of CRPC, which comes under chapter 10, Maintenance of Public Order and Tranquility. So I request you to open your Behavior Act and go through the section properly. So I have prepared the notes of this section as such. It will help you. So now let's start the video. It says DM, SDM or other EM, that means district magistrate, subdivisional magistrate or any other executive magistrate, on receiving report of police officer or from other information and on taking such evidence, if there is an evidence, considers the following six circumstances. What is that? UTCFTA: unlawful obstruction, trade or occupation, construction, falling, tank or whale, animal. First let's see unlawful obstruction. If you remember these words, then it will be easier for you to remember the lines relating to it. So that any unlawful obstruction or nuisance should be removed from any public place or from any way, river or channel which is or may be lawfully used by the public. Then trade or occupation: conduct of any trade or occupation or keeping of any goods or merchandise is injurious to the health or physical comfort of the community. Third, construction: that the construction of any building or the disposal of any substance is likely to occasion conflagration or explosion. Fourth, falling: that any building, tent or structure or any tree is in such a condition that is likely to fall and thereby cause injury to persons living or carrying on business in the neighborhood. Fifth, tank or well: that any tank, well or excavation adjacent to any such way or public place should be fenced in such manner as to prevent danger arising to the public. That means a tank or well is rising danger to the public, so it should be fenced in such manner. Sixth, animal: that a dangerous animal should be destroyed, confined or otherwise disposed. These are the six words which you can remember. Then such DM, SDM or executive magistrate may make a conditional order, requiring the person causing such obstruction or nuisance or any such danger of the six circumstances mentioned above, that within a time fixed in the order they should repair that. So these are the six things which the persons causing danger are required to do. Firstly is to remove what? Remove such obstruction or nuisance. Second, desist from carrying on or to remove or regulate in such manner as may be directed such trade or occupation. Third, prevent or stop the construction of such building or to alter the disposal of such substance. Fourth, remove or repair or support such building, tent or structure which was likely to conflagrate. Fifth, to fence such tank, well or excavation. And last, confine or destroy or dispose such dangerous animal in the manner provided in the said order. Then if the person who is required to do so objects to do the above things, then then the executive magistrate or DM or SDM will require him to appear before himself or any other executive magistrate subordinate to him and show cause why the order should not be made absolute, why the conditional order will not be made absolute order. Now let's see some more points relating to this section. No order made by a magistrate under this section shall be called in question in any civil court. Then that means civil court cannot question the order made by the magistrate. Then section 133 provides summary remedy for removal of specified public nuisances. Then the nuisance cost should be public nuisance, and what is public nuisance is given in section 268 IPC, that is any injury, danger or annoyance that must be caused to the public or the people in the vicinity or to persons who may have occasion to exercise any public right. And what is public? Public is defined in section 12 IPC, that includes any class of public or any community. So the word community cannot be taken to mean the residents of a particular house. Community means something wider than that. Therefore, if a particular individual or his family is only affected by the nuisance, such nuisance cannot be considered to be a public nuisance, and hence its removal from any public place cannot be ordered under section 133. So what is a public place is given in explanation of 133, that includes property belonging to the state, camping grounds and grounds left unoccupied for sanitary or recreative purposes. Also, it is necessary that the magistrate draws up a preliminary order. In the case of Avarachan versus Srinivasan, it was held that drawing a preliminary order is a sine qua non or a condition precedent for initiating proceedings under section 133. Omission to do so and non-observance of procedure laid down in section 138 makes the order unsustainable and vitiates it. Now let's see section 134 that deals service or notification of the order. The order shall, if practicable, be served on the person against whom it is made in the manner provided for service of summons. That means the procedure laid down in for service of summons would be adopted. If such order cannot be served, it shall be notified by proclamation, and a copy shall be stuck up at such place as may be fittest for conveying the information to such person. So summons and proclamation are the procedures. Then section 135 deals the person against whom order is made shall perform the act directed within the time specified and appear in accordance of the order and show cause against the same. Then let's see section 136. If the person who is required to appear fails to appear and show cause or act, then he shall be liable under section 188 IPC, and then the order shall be made absolute. Hope you all will like this video. Thank you.